Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. Welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This
Hello.
is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles. I'm gonna change that thing.
What was it supposed to be?
It was something very bad.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna take it off the screen for now. We are going to give you another daily dose of Dismal Disney. We debated whether or not we even wanted to go there.
Yeah, people kept asking if we'd seen it. Yeah, I saw it the first day it was in the news, actually. And I don't...
Yeah,
I'm torn on this one.
We're torn on this one. So we're going to talk about dirty Disney, or allegedly dirty Disney. But, you know, there are two sides to this story, and I'm not even sure where I come down on it. But we'll talk about some stories we've had with Disney's cleanliness or lack thereof, and we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about kind of what's going on with, well, as they call it in the theme parks, if you're not familiar, mousekeeping. It's not just housekeeping.
Yes, it's mousekeeping.
Mousekeeping. That makes it more magical, except for the employees. So before we get into the video, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants here on CLOWNFISH TV. We've had 70,000 subs this week. Hoping for 100,000.
Come on, guys. Make sure you're still subbed. A lot of people have written and said, hey, I was unsubbed, and I don't know why. I subbed, and now I'm unsubbed. So make sure you're still subbed. Tell your friends. Pass it on. And let's go with the story. Yeah, let's go with the story. So we're going to talk about this because this is yet another PR black eye for Disney. They keep getting a lot of these negative stories popping up. Of course, you know, you're not going to hear about this one, the Disney Parks blog. Well, I can think of something grosser than this hotel room, the monorails.
Oh, I was thinking Matthew Perry, but okay, the monorails work.
I'm not wrong about the monorails.
The monorails smell like pee.
They do. They smell like pee.
It's like a New York subway.
And I wouldn't want to touch anything in the monorails. Like, after I get off, I want to hand sanitize, like, a lot. Like, if you could sanitize your whole body, that'd be preferable.
Yeah.
They need new monorails so much. Anyway. Yeah.
So everybody's talking about this story that two dads go to Disney. They spent $13,000 US. I think it was like 12.
Well, they were coming from England and everything, so it's probably true.
Yeah, they said that their Disney trip was ruined by a dirty hotel room.
Okay.
With roaches and a used...
It's a used condom.
Yes. Can we say that without being demonetized?
I don't know, can we?
I don't know. So this is
nasty.
This is coming from the New York Post. There's a version...
Oh, I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, there's a version on dead bugs found in... Okay, wiring's bad.
Well, the wiring, I believe totally. I've seen it myself.
Yeah. So we'll go with the New York Post version of it. I think Fox News... Actually, Fox News...
That's where I saw it first.
Taking a lot of shots at Disney lately. I'm just wondering what's going on there.
Well, Fox is to blame for everything.
Right, Fox is to blame for everything.
Disney blames Fox for everything that goes wrong in their company.
You know, Fox News was not part of the sale, but Fox News has been saying a lot of stuff about
that condom was what was left over after Disney screwed over Fox News, and now they're going to blame it on Fox, and now they're going to blame it on Fox. I don't really like Fox News or watch Fox News, but I'm just saying, now they're going to blame it on Fox, because everything that goes wrong at Disney is somehow Fox's fault.
So this coming from the New York Post, their dream vacation turned into a holiday from hell. Michael.
Well, if I found that in my bed, I think I'd vomit.
Yeah.
I'm going to puke just thinking about it. They're literally, okay. I might throw up. Anyway.
When Michael 35 and Paul 41 flew 10 hours from England and shelled out nearly $13,000 US total on a Disney World holiday with their adopted twin sons, they expected at least a clean hotel room. Instead, they arrived at a space covered in so much crap and dust, Michael told the Mirror he wouldn't put a dog in there. Well, actually, some of those rooms in that part of Disney World, they actually were putting dogs in there. Port Orleans, they were literally putting dogs in those rooms, but not Caribbean Beach, as I understand it. The family's room at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort Hotel in Florida cost more than
$500 a night at Caribbean Beach.
You got ripped off, dude.
If you paid $500 a night for Caribbean Beach, there's something fishy here. Anyway.
And we're not talking about whatever's in the bed.
I mean, go ahead.
We're going to continue, then we'll come.
I'm not 100% sure I believe all of it, but go ahead.
The couple alleged it had exposed wiring, dead cockroaches on the floor, a film of dirt across surfaces, and worst of all, a used condom on the bed. The situation was enhanced by the fact that Michael and Paul's boys, 13-year-old Levi and Lucas, are autistic, epileptic, and nonverbal.
I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I mean, because my nephew's autistic, but he's high-functioning autistic. And I was epileptic as a child and stuff. But I'm like, if your children have this many issues, I think taking them on a 10-hour plane to go to Disney is not necessarily the best idea. I'm not trying to, like, dad shame here, but I just think a 10-hour flight and all that stress and everything else, I just think that'd be a lot.
Can you... I don't know. I'm just sitting here like trying to process this. We'll talk about some of our experiences, and we've actually stayed. I think we've stayed at Caribbean Beach more than we have any other resort.
They actually gave us special candy.
They give us special candy. Anyway. By special candy, that's not a euphemism for a used condom.
No,
it actually is. It actually is
from like a noshery and everything else.
Yes. Well, here's a funny story. Speaking of special treats, when Squid King was young.
Oh.
When Squid King was young, since we're talking about this, he was very little. He was in kindergarten, first grade.
Kindergarten, I believe.
The children on the bus explained reproduction to him and said that when a man loves a woman, the man gives the woman a spoonful of his special pudding, and that's where babies come from.
Yeah.
That was how it was explained to Squid King, and he was so excited when he came home from school that day and explained what he learned on the bus. And talked about special pudding.
He's gonna kill you.
So these guys found some special pudding on the bed. Anyway.
Pudding pop wrapper.
A pudding pop.
Pudding pop.
Oh God. Don't bring Bill Cosby into it. There's been enough problems with Bill Cosby. There was a lot of exposed wires. Our boys have no sense of danger. So they could easily stick their fingers in that.
Well, that's probably honestly true. If they're, if they're autistic, that is 100% true. They really don't have the sense of danger, and they would do that.
The boys, I'm gonna try to read this with a straight face. The boys could have stood on the cockroach and could have very easily touched the condom if they dropped their bouncy ball down the side of the bed. That's what shocked us.
This was down the side of the bed, maybe where they didn't see it. Is this actually in the bed, or is it like
I think it was
somewhere like you wouldn't normally look?
I think it was. I saw a
Not
picture.
That makes it okay. I'm just saying.
I think it was like on the nightstand.
Oh my God! Wait, like on top of it?
Like on the one nightstand. It was yes. I think it was dangling off the yes. I think they aimed for the garbage and they didn't quite.
Okay, I'm literally gonna vomit.
Okay. The married couple from Barnsley claimed that they even called the hotel ahead of time to ensure the room was clean.
Well, that's a little bit... Okay, I'm not trying to be a dick here. I mean, can this happen? Totally. But I think it's a little odd. Why would you think I have to call the room ahead of time? When you said you were so surprised the room was dirty for paying $500 a night, yet you had the wherewithal to call ahead to the room to make sure it was clean? Doesn't that seem a little bit suspicious?
That's sort of assumed, right, that the rooms would be clean before your arrival.
Because this reminds me of something. One time we had a shockwave transformer, and the guy who bought it kept asking us about the hoses. Were the hoses cracked? Were the hoses cracked? No, it was pristine. Hoses weren't cracked. Had pictures of it and everything. Sent it to him, but he kept asking this question over and over again, even though the photos clearly showed it wasn't cracked. Sent the toy to the guy. And now we get a notice from PayPal that he had a dispute. Now that was when he had the protection, so it wasn't going to come out of our pockets. But the dispute was that when we sent it to him, the hoses were cracked. And what it turned out to be was the dude had a crappy version of the toy, bought a good one with good hoses, and then sent PayPal back the destroyed version he owned to get him. And I guess he was doing this to get himself the pristine version of toys. But it was odd because he kept asking that question, and I thought it was strange. And then he reported that the hoses were cracked, which I had the photos to send them.
Yeah, we actually had photos of this shockwave. He was in like mint condition.
So in one sentence, they're talking about how in the family's room at the Caribbean Beach Resort Hotel in Florida cost $500 a night, but the couple alleged exposed eye. Okay, basically they would have assumed that it was fine and safe. Why would they not $500 a night? The situation was enhanced by the fact that they happened. Wait, sorry, let's post down here. They even claimed they called the hotel ahead of time to ensure the room was clean. Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you call the hotel ahead of time? Because you know what? They don't put you in a room at Disney until your room is ready. So you wouldn't be like,
That is true too. Now, a lot of times, now you can do the digital check-in and...
but you still don't get a room assignment until the room's cleaned and ready.
Right.
So why would you think I need to call ahead and make sure the room is clean? I'm just saying, I'm not saying that this happened or didn't happen. What I'm just saying is that's a really odd thing to do.
Well, they kind of say here in the New York Post, it's okay, we couldn't stay in there. The boys were upset and were screaming and distressed by the dead cockroach, wiring, and of course, the special pudding. The couple requested and received a new room, but they said the dirty and dusty accommodations still weren't up to their standards.
And then you know what they end up doing? Paying $500 a night to get a deluxe luxury room at the Grand Floridian. I'm sorry, I call bullshit on some of this. I really do.
Okay, well let me read, and I'm kind of thinking the New York Post sort of is too, but I also want to just give some of our own personal opinions. Now, I will say that Caribbean Beach did just go through a massive renovation. Massive renovation.
And the pirate rooms can be a little bit and that was a pirate room from the photos.
It was a pirate room from the photos. We'll go to this other article.
We've been many times.
Yes, the beds suck in the pirate room.
Yeah, pirate rooms, the beds suck.
Just so you know.
Don't ever, if they tell you pirate room, ask for the different room.
So this is the thing though too. This is the expectation, what people expect for their money, and you have to realize that once you're in Disney World, once you're on Disney property, money loses all meaning. Things that seem ridiculously high in the real world suddenly seem like a very good deal on Disney property.
True.
$4.79 for a 16-ounce bottle of Coke. That is preposterous. Until you're thirsty in the theme park, and then it sounds like a really good deal. It's only $4.79.
However, you can go get free water if you go to the quick service restaurants. They'll give you water for free. It's tap water, but they'll give you water for free, or they'll give you cups to get out of the machine. And also, I think if you go to Starbucks, you can get a cup with ice and free water there too. Just so you know, little tip, you can get free water.
It's not tap water. It's Florida's nectar.
Well, the water from they give you cups in the service restaurants, the quick services. You can just go to the machine, and then. Well, I don't know if they let you do that. Sometimes they say they give it to you because they're afraid you're going to take other things. But I know if you go to Starbucks and ask for water, they'll give you iced water in a cup.
Well, this is what I want to talk about. Their expectation versus the reality, and I want to talk about why people expect so much from Disney because of how much they pay. And this is what we've talked about in multiple videos before about, Disney getting to a point now where they're charging so much, it becomes like a once in a lifetime thing, and people expect the best and they get kind of, not exactly what they were hoping for. That's what shocked us. They said, we've not just booked any old hotel. We purposefully booked this resort and spent a vast amount of money to make
overspent if you paid $500 a night.
Yeah, right. Caribbean Beach usually goes for $200 to $300.
It's not $500 a night. I don't know where they're getting these numbers.
They got pirate room.
Even pirate rooms, they've given them to us.
I don't know.
I don't understand why they're getting $500 a night. Anyway.
They spent a vast amount of money to make it magical and special. It's supposed to be magical once in a lifetime, but that was like a 1-star bed sit. Now, here's the thing. In Disney World, they do have their value and moderate resorts. You have to temper your expectations a little bit. You're paying for the quote-unquote convenience of being on Disney property. These hotels, for the most part, are no better than like a Howard Johnson.
They're really not.
They're not.
You've been to better hotels at like places outside of Disney and for a lot less money.
You can go to Disney Springs and you can go to a much better resort for like a third of the price.
And we've been to the deluxe rooms and they're honestly not much better. Not much better. It's just that you're closer and there's a little bit more amenities and you're closer.
Walking distance or monorail access, and you're going to pay through the nose for that.
And it's more of a everything's enclosed in one building, where moderates and values are often you have to walk your room outside, and then go to door to door. So that's the difference.
Okay. Okay. This okay.
Okay, see, I told you it was BS.
You were right. The couple requested a refund but claimed they were denied. As the situation escalated, senior management moved the family to Disney's luxurious...
Told you it sounded like bullcrap to me.
Disney's luxurious Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. In a statement obtained by Fox News, a Disney World rep said, "This family has received compensation from us numerous times over the past 5 years."
For their once-in-a-lifetime $13,000 trip?
Once in a lifetime. And they continue to return. Regarding their current visit, we believe the guest claims are exaggerated.
I believe the guest claims are exaggerated as well. I didn't even read this article, so...
I didn't get to the bottom. And again, look how they do this. They put all the really dismal, dirty stuff at the top and the very bottom.
It gets better. these guys have fostered more than 20 children, which is really cool of you, and I think that's a great thing to do, and have made a number of TV appearances discussing their tips and tricks for giving their kids a great holiday on a budget. I mean, as soon as I heard this stuff, where aspects of it seemed like, okay, I can see it happening. I understand that mousekeeping sometimes doesn't do the best job ever, but some of the things they were saying were so egregious, I couldn't see it happening. I mean, cockroach, maybe if I could get cockroach on the floor, it was missed, maybe. But a flipping condom, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's possible, but
it's possible.
I know they strip those beds. They walk out of the rooms. People leave with bundles. They strip the beds.
I've been to the laundromat. I see how they clean the sheets.
Explain.
I've been to Disney's laundromat. I've been to the.
You went on a tour of it.
I took a tour of Disney's laundromat. You have never seen that massive of a laundromat. It is like a factory, but they have a method for cleaning all stuff. Now, I'm not saying it didn't happen. This is one you got to remember. This is Florida. There's some weird ass bugs in Florida.
Right, the bug thing, that's the least of the list, because I mean, on that one, there are bugs. We've had bugs. The
love bugs and stuff. They're gross.
I mean, I always check for bed bugs because that's something everybody's afraid of, and I don't care if I'm going to Disney or if I'm going to a major 5-star hotel someplace else or whatever. Always check. I don't care if it's a deluxe or a value. I always check.
California, the Grand Californian, one of Disney's most expensive resorts on either coast. They found bed bugs. I
wasn't impressed by the Grand Californian.
I thought it was like the hotel from The Shining.
I didn't like it.
I don't like it. I like the Disneyland hotel.
I don't really care for the Grand. I prefer Disneyland too.
Now, here's the thing. We've stayed at pretty much almost every Disney hotel. We've stayed at a lot of them. And now I will say there are a couple things going on here. One, not too long ago, about 2 years ago, Disney World, I don't know if they're outsourcing or what they're doing, but they apparently did reorganize their cleaning service to keep up with the resort hotels that are frankly a much better value.
Yeah, you can go to Disney Springs and even like the Swan and Dolphin, and you can find better hotels that for less money.
Right. And so I know that they had this upheaval. Now they did have something going on. I don't think they're doing it anymore, but they were waiving housekeeping.
They aren't doing it now, but that was great.
Yeah, it was nice because if you
got gift cards.
Yeah, you did. You got gift cards. If you decided to go for a couple days without having a housekeeper come, they would give you like $10 or $20 a night depending on where you're staying. And a lot, but this isn't just a Disney thing. A lot of resort hotels do this. When I was in Vegas a couple of years ago, they did it. If you were willing to waive housekeeping, they gave me like 10 or 15 bucks a day. And I just used it to go buy breakfast or whatever. But so, a lot of hotels do this. That being said, as soon as the guests check out, they completely scrub these rooms down. Now, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I will say the one complaint that does ring true with me is the wiring issue. Yeah, the wiring I actually believe, but I don't think it's met. I just think it was like, it's where the things meet, and they're taking a big close-up of it, but I think it's making it look worse than it actually is. Yeah, now the pirate rooms are, I actually complain more about the beds being very uncomfortable. But bugs, that's Florida. We find bugs in our room all the time in Florida. This is Florida. Take it. They put it on tissue. Take it outside. We've had. That's. But where is that located? That doesn't even look like it's on a bed. It looks like it's under the bed. How did that even get there? Don't ask. It's a magical Disney vacation. People were having a magical time. I'm sorry. I'm going to back Disney on this one. I think that the rooms are always pristine. Do I think bugs could be in the room? Yes. I know they can. I've seen them. But do I think that it's as egregious as these people said it was? No, I did not think it was. And then ironically, they found out that they apparently have been there before and pulled stuff before. That wiring being out. The panel came off. This is one of the pirate rooms in Caribbean. But did they take the panel off? I don't know, because the panel normally be there. You can see where the screw holes are. Yeah. So they're going on about this, but now here's where it does kind of ring true-ish. They talked about the dust in the rooms and some of the things not being updated. Now, Caribbean Beach did go through a massive update. However, the rooms themselves were not updated. But it's easy enough to find out. If you're spending that kind of money, you could have easily gone, actually for that price, you could have gone to Deluxe. And you could have found out what rooms have been updated recently. A lot of people do that. They just wait and find out where the updated rooms are. Now, some of the stuff, you would have had to actually move things out of the way. Yeah, look, the dust and stuff, that actually is, okay, so I'll tell you a story. Let's see, this was about 2 years ago, stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter for... Oh, I wasn't there for this one. One night. That was with you, him and my parents. Now, I will give Disney that we actually arrived early. They gave us an extra night for free. They put us in French Quarter, which I'd never been in before, at Port Orleans. And the room, though, I mean, it was nice to have a bed and just lay down. I don't know if this room was not used often or what, but there was, like, dust on the lampshades, dust on the table.
Isn't that really?
But the rooms were old. They get a lot of use, you know. And I'm not making excuses. I think what's going on here. Well, one, it sounds like they've done this before.
Right. I told you immediately. There's two, and then the details. They called ahead to make sure it was clean. We called ahead, then this stuff just magically appeared. It, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that's what, to me, that right there was like,
we're case building. We're case building.
I've seen this. I've seen this done before. It's been done to me before. I always double check everything. Take pictures of things now. Everything because of people like that.
Yeah. So shop well for less. Yeah. Spend $500. Complain about the moderate room.
They're teaching people how to shop well for less, but they're claiming they spent $500 a night on Caribbean Beach?
Yeah.
The Caribbean Beach, I do not believe costs $500 a night.
No, it normally doesn't.
But they're trying to tell people how to get more for less.
Yep.
They claim they spent $500 on Caribbean Beach.
Yeah. The very end of
weird.
The very end of the article, they said they received compensation from us on numerous times over the past 5 years, and they continue to return. So basically, if they weren't happy, why they keep going back? Probably because this is why people trip and fall outside of Walmart, because they know Disney's Achilles heel is bad press, you know, and they're not going to want the bad press. But yeah, I mean, these guys are on a TV show teaching people how to get more for less, going to a moderate, getting a deluxe. Again, not saying there aren't problems with the room.
There can be problems in the room, but I just thought this was all too convenient. I really did. And that's the first thing I said to you. And then when I didn't read the whole thing, they called ahead. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Back up the bus.
I didn't either.
I didn't know that they had been done. They have done this before either.
Yeah.
I was like, heck, I could do a whole show on getting more for less. I'm an expert at it, and I wouldn't go this far.
Now, that being said, I want to tell you, this is the expectation versus the reality. This is why people, I think, are getting fed up with Disney, is because the prices do keep increasing, and frankly, Disney was always overpriced for what it is. The hotels especially. You know, it's so weird. Like, you know, you spend $500 a night for a hotel, either a higher end moderate, a better moderate room, or a deluxe. You could get the freaking Taj Mahal in Vegas for the same amount of money. Some of their rooms at the Grand Floridian go up to like $1,200 a night.
Not worth it.
Ooh, why would you? At that point, just light your money on fire. I'm seriously like, you can stay just outside of Disney for a fraction of the cost, and you're going to stay at a much nicer resort.
The only difference is you're going to have to find your way in. I mean, a lot of them offer shuttles, but they're not as frequent. Even though sometimes we sat for the buses for 40 minutes, and you're supposed to come every 20 minutes, so we could have just called an Uber faster than that. But it's like, you know, it's up to you. You have to look at the pros and cons and weigh it and see what you want to do. You do get, like, you know, free shuttle, you know, Magic Express to the hotel from the airport and back. But is that really worth, you know, because you can pay for an Uber for like $30-40 for the same thing. You know, just stay at a better hotel and save yourself hundreds of dollars a night.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just saying, I knew this was, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with rooms ever, but there was too many red flags here on this for me. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but this is also indicative of Disney now raising the prices. And,
I know, people are, but...
You know, I mean, just in general. Like, I mean, I understand...
People go to the parks and think because the commercial shows just one kid running up the street that means that they're, you know... My personal favorite is when you have a whole group of people who walk side by side down the main street, so no one can get around them because it's their special vacation. We should do a video of pet peeves about guests at Disney. I bet that would get a lot of hits.
Oh, God,
I have a list.
Yeah, we've talked about the stroller situation. But, I mean, again, like you see the commercials, like you said, the expectation is when you spend that kind of money, you've got the whole park to yourself. Mickey Mouse is going to personally come out of the castle and welcome you because that's what they show in the commercials. And the reality is usually there's about 10 times as many people.
I would say, actually, that's pretty low crowd.
That is low crowd.
That's a low crowd.
Scooters and strollers everywhere. The fact that these guys got as good of a shot as they did in front of the castle is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's a really low crowd there.
Because,
for Magic Kingdom, was this like really early before it opened or something? Because that's low.
So, I don't know.
We were going to tell our one funny story about the coral reef.
Oh, okay. So speaking of ridiculous Disney guests and expectations not being properly
This is too funny. We have
managed.
to share this story. It's so crazy.
Coral Reef Restaurant, which I do recommend. We do recommend as one of our favorites.
The decor is a little dated, and the aquarium kind of needs cleaned. But it's really fun, and the food's good, and you can watch the fish, and our kids really like it. When we were there last time, you can tell the story because you and Squid King were watching it more.
Yeah, the last time we were there, we were all enjoying our meal. We're watching the aquarium, and there's a couple, an older couple, and the woman seemed to be carrying on about something. She was asking for vegan options at first. It's like,
she was like a hard pass, soft pass. I'm hard no on this, soft maybe on this. They had to bring somebody out. They had to go get the chef to come out.
This went on for about 45 minutes. There was a woman who they brought her salad out. She literally had a thermometer.
She did.
In her purse. Squid King was like, "Oh my God, she's taking the temperature of the salad." I'm like, this is beyond ridiculous. But yeah, they brought first they brought the chef out, then I think they brought the manager out. They had 5 or 6 people.
Poor guy with the chef was just like, I'm smiling, but I really, really can't stand you. But
Right. And this is kind of what. So I mean, the flip side of it is,
it's like I'm lactose intolerant, but I might be able to eat the cheese. I'm like, you can't be. No, it was like, no, what? I mean, some people that's true, but I'm just saying it was like ridiculous things like that doesn't even add up. Like, okay, you could be lactose intolerant and eat cheese, because I know people do. But there were some things, I forget what she was saying, but it was like something so ridiculous that I'm like, but if that was the case, you couldn't eat that at all. Like, if you're allergic to something like shellfish, you can't like say, no, I'm allergic to shellfish, but then say, but I'll take some clams. It was kind of something like that, and I was just like, what?
But she had I remember it was one of those things where it was like a conversation you couldn't help but overhear. Because the person
was right in front of us.
She was like the next table over, and I was like, this is like watching a train wreck in slow motion. So I'm sitting there eating my shrimp or whatever, and she's going on about all of her allergies. She has all these.
But you go to a seafood restaurant and you have a bunch of food allergies.
All of these allergies, and then she gets a little freaking food thermometer out. I'm like, okay, I am just, wow. This is a cartoon. This has turned into a cartoon.
And speaking of food things, I just want to get something in there real quick. Let's talk about the plant-based food options that Disney's now pushing like mad. Basically what they're doing is they're pushing these plant-based food options, and and that's okay. There's vegans and vegetarians, I'm sure. But what's funny is they have these plant-based options, but they're really expensive, and they're probably cheaper to make than the regular options.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like, look how healthy we are for price to price.
No, and that really is where this comes down to, where I think it's just for what Disney is charging, people expect more, but then the problem is you get people who expect the moon.
Well, these people have been there 5 times. They already knew what to expect. Calling ahead to make sure the room was clean, and lo and behold,
they knew how to case build.
How many times did they get upgraded before this? I want to know.
They said numerous times, so they knew how to play them. Disney, again, to avoid bad press, to maintain their reputation for customer service, a lot of times they will bend to ridiculous.
Well, they're not giving us media access, so that's not the case.
Ridiculous demands. But this is like, I think they planned it. I think they knew. I think they knew they could get deluxe for the price of a moderate.
I'm just saying, there's too many red flags here.
Yeah.
And I mean, they gave him another room, and then that wasn't good enough because there was dust. We want the expensive Grand Floridian for $500 a night. We want
There's
the
dust in the Grand Floridian
room.
too.
Yes. Oh yeah, you've been in there. We want $1,200 room for $500. That's how you do your value for their TV show.
Yep.
Because $500, first of all, they didn't pay $500. They paid $500. I don't know how.
They paid rack rate or something.
There's something that's awfully high.
That's high for Caribbean Beach. That's unless they jacked the rates up because of the Skyliner.
Oh, that could be too. So I guess there's that possibly.
I don't know, but again, my whole thought on this is just Disney is jacking the prices up so high now that people are going to expect the most immaculate, wonderful. And it's not worth it. Stay off property.
I mean, even immaculate and wonderful, the things they complained about were way off from expecting immaculate or wonderful.
Yeah.
But they had all this stuff done. They had these pictures, and they happened. I don't know. I see taking pictures, but I just see too many. I'm just
Disney magic.
Yeah, there is a cap that usually goes over that.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see it. I mean, we've seen wires before, but that's really. There was a cap supposed to be there.
Yeah. So I don't think this is the kind of press that Disney wanted right now.
No, but I don't necessarily think it's 100% true either.
No,
we'll never know. But it is a little odd.
But now you know to check under your bed, because you never know what you're gonna find. Might be a cockroach, might be a bag of special pudding.
God, I can't even.
So we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yes. does.
All right, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants here on Clownfish TV. This has been Neon and Geeky. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.